Right then, welcome back to the channel and a video that I don't really want to be doing today because it is nothing but bad news. So last weekend we were at Snetterton for round 4 of the Road Sport and Club Enduro event. Road Sport on the Saturday went alright, Sunday not so much. So when Dylan was driving Ryan's car on the Sunday in the Club Enduro, we had a catastrophic failure. And you've probably seen in the intro by now anyway, but we'll have a look at what damage has been done. So this is the current state of the engine from number 6 TT, which as you can see is looking very sorry for itself. So piston completely grenaded, nothing left of that. We've got little bits of the rod, some bearings, some bolts, bits, bobs, however you want to look at it, it doesn't look good. We've also got a massive hole in the block, so that is completely scrap. We have looked back at the logs and the footage and we think we have got to the bottom of why this has happened.
Okay, let's look at the log after it blew up the engine. Obviously idle oil pressure is like 1.4 bar, but once it gets going, oil pressure should be at around 3.2 bar or somewhere around there. And then if we pay attention to the lines down here, you can see oil temperature slowly starts climbing to around 110, but then all of a sudden right near the end we just see oil temperature just skyrocket, and at that point it's just game over. Oil pressure just basically gone now, RPMs just all over the place. It's just, to me this sounds like a rod bearing failure. Oil temperature should not rise up like that so quick, but yeah.
So if you look closely to the top of the pistons, you can see a slight indentation where the valves have actually been touching the pistons. So we were running this, we were revving this to 5800 RPM, and we think it might have been a little bit too much, especially for the prolonged periods of time and the stress that this engine's been under in race conditions. So we reckon it's revved too much. The rods have stretched slightly, which then have meant the pistons have been contacting the valves, and then eventually it's just the bearings failed, and then obviously everything else has failed, and yeah, scrap, big pile of scrap there at the minute. So this is not going to make Silverstone this weekend for the Club Enduro, but we are hoping to get that all fixed ready for the Road Sport event at Silverstone. There's a lot of work to be done, but that's not even the worst of it yet, so I've got even more bad news. So the second lot of bad news, and although this has not failed catastrophically, this could be even worse bad news than Ryan's TT. So because we saw the piston to valve contact on Ryan's, we put the bore scope down Scott's and we found that one of the pistons is actually started melting. So we're not sure when this has happened. It looks like it's been doing it for a while. Looking back at some of the logs, we have found that if there's a fueling problem with this, so any sort of kind of blip in the rail pressure, or this had a regulator fault not too long ago, if there's a problem with the metering valve or anything like that, it defaults the duration and increases it, which means the fuel's going in at a point that's before and after top dead center. So that's melted the piston. As soon as it's kind of melted it a little bit, then the rest just follows pretty quickly. Once you've kind of took that coating off, it then goes like aero chocolate and it's just sort of soft. So unless we get another engine in that before this weekend, we're on Tuesday today by the way, that's not going to make the race. So Ryan's has failed catastrophically. We know that's not going to make this weekend, so we've got a little bit longer to sort that out, but we can't miss around, or we don't really want to miss around. So the plan is we're going to rip the engine out of this one now, swap it over as quick as possible, get it tested on the dyno, make sure everything's all right, and then fingers crossed Scott and this TT will make it to Silverstone this weekend. So let's crack on and we'll soon find out. What we're saying, Ruben? Can it be done?
Can be done. I can try and get enough for Blighter for testing, but
When's that? Thursday?
Thursday.
And we're on Tuesday.
Yeah.
So you've got 48 hours, less than 48 hours to get engine out of Scott's,
I can try.
a new one in, and the engine that's going in, it's not complete yet, is it?
No.
So we've got to still swap all the ancillaries over.
Everything.
Tall order,
Yeah, really.
late night.
Probably, yeah.
Best ring your missus, tell her you're not coming home.
We'll get that.
So day 2, let's have a look how they're getting on. She's going in. So new engine, all built up, ready to go in the car. Weren't even that late, were it, last night? About 8 o'clock?
Yeah, right, yeah.
So still plenty to do, but doing a pretty good job so far.
Should we run for dinner, I think?
Should be done for dinner?
Running for dinner.
Running for dinner, oh. Ball claim.
Hopefully.
We'll check back in at dinner time. So what we're saying, Ruben, less than 2 days, it's in, running, started,
Ready for dyno?
dyno this afternoon. So she will make the ball. Fingers crossed.
Let's go do Blighter first.
So, all being well, this is going to be going in on dyno this afternoon. We've then got an RAF track day tomorrow, which one of these we're going to be going. We've now narrowed it down to there's only this one that can go. The S5 is going to be going as well. So we're going to use that as a bit of a test day to make sure the TT is fully working before we get this to Silverstone on Sunday and find out we've got a problem with it. So all being well, this afternoon, dyno, it'll do the power figures, and then it'll be off to Blighton tomorrow for some testing. Looking good. She's doing the power. She's behaving.
Drop oil. Running in oil. Oh, disgusting.
Dropped running in oil.
Yeah, horrible. Straight off the dyno and dropped it. Oh,
So as you can see, we are in the race workshop and there is no race cars, which is a good thing because it means both race cars are now fully, well hopefully, fully fighting fit for the next round at Alton Park, which is in about 3 weeks. But there's a lot that's happened over the last few weeks that probably hasn't gone into this video because, like I said, there's been a lot happening. So I'm going to try and give you a quick breakdown of the string of unfortunate bad luck that we've had with the TTs. So as you've seen at the beginning of this video, Ryan's put a hole in the block, catastrophic failure. We knew that needed basically a new engine, full rebuild. Scott's melted a piston. We changed the engine in that. That then went to an RAF track day at Blyton. Engine wise, it was all behaving, but we did pull the threads out one of the track rod ends, so that finished the day early for the TT. After the RAF track day, we were at Silverstone for the next round of the 750 Motor Club. Rise obviously didn't make it. We'd not put the engine in that. We prioritised Scott's. It seemed to be running all right pretty much all throughout the race. Scott hit a pretty big curb, which smashed one of the wheels, and then also the shock through the engine made the turbo to mani gasket fail, so the turbo came loose from the manifold.
I've lost both. I'm coming in peace.
Not too big of a job. We fetched that back. We've put a new turbo to mani gasket on, new clamp and everything. That was ready. We've then finished Rise, which brings us on to where we are now, where both cars today are at Cadwell Park. So all being well, there'll just be an outro of some onboard footage at Cadwell. If not, then I'll be back to explain what problems we've been having today.
So, I'm only just coming to this video, but I have actually seen the carnage already. Not had too much of a study of it because, as you could see, it's dead. So I've got a few little mementos for Dylan. I'll give them to him when we see him, I think tomorrow or Saturday. So yeah, that's that. But if anybody wants to, from the armchair, do some more diagnosis for us, I just can't be bothered with it here. But we've got logs, oil pressure, oil temperature, all that sort of stuff. See what you've seen. We've also got a couple little bits that we're going to keep, but otherwise, just let us know what you think caused it. Obviously, we've said what we think. I'm not sure I agree with what Danny's said. It does look like the pistons hit the valves at some point, which why, I don't know. We do rev nuts off these things. But yeah, not 100% sure. It's very annoying. It costs a lot of money, but we'll try and get some back.